Okay, gotcha. Passing another village here on the way out to the base. Just holding in here, 238, 226 meters up the reservoir, and he mentioned like a little saltwater flat or a saltwater lake. That might be the smaller one right there by the reservoir. And that is, okay, forward tank 110, just a fuel warning. Wow, I should have paid more attention to that. Got plenty of fuel. That's the base coming up right in front of us, but okay, yeah, we started at 50% fuel and got down, well, nowhere near like critically low, but it's about as low as I would want to push it and not be right next to base. Now, standby ADI. Let me see. Let me recage it. Is there a way? Yeah, pull out. Yeah, that'll yeah, I just need to recage and then uncage. It got, yeah. It's kind of neat that drift is modeled in that, so when it drifts out, you just uncage it. Or, I'm sorry, you cage it, uncage, and now it'll be a functioning backup reference again. As opposed to our primary ADI down here, and I also have an ADI that I can... Do I not have an ADI that I can bring up on Abrams? I could have swore there was. I mean, yeah, it's just the HSI. Yeah, I stand corrected. Okay. So, flight lead, you are right out in front of us and just below. Yeah, I still got him right there. Sort of indistinct in the terrain. I think overall that's, you know, that's one of the big beefs is, you know, this close, I think it's more contrast than anything else. I mean, yeah, it is camouflage. Yeah, it is. It's actually not that far away from me at all, but yeah, I think you really lose a lot of contrast in close that would help a lot and just help you to pick up on like subtle movements out there. And just, well, it's just the nature of a 2D screen and the nature of software and how things are displayed. Okay, so about 2 minutes. Okay, coming up on Cherstek. He's out. Contact tower. Okay, thanks a lot for the guided tour. So let's go ahead and go. ATC, mission success. Awesome. F1, inbound. Откуда? Let me take it out of route mode. Okay, range 11 at 1,000. No response just yet. I'm sure I used the right... I don't even know what was the frequency. Did I have a brief frequency? I'm on 251 right now, and I didn't do any comms on the takeoff. I'm not going to have a frequency in the briefing, am I? Okay, that's something that I will probably have to remember to do as part of mission planning, although I think it's always going to be 124. That's what I would expect, at least. It's usually the same thing as usually whatever the radio is tuned to by default. Okay, now, Podkopka, there you are, right there. Okay, so let's go ahead and set up on our approach here. I'll try that one more time. Yep, I'm on the R800. There's... Okay, got another fuel warning. Let me see if I can even remember how to step through the ekran messages. There's a button I push. It's like, yeah, it's this button. Okay, rear tank 110. And that's it. Okay, gotcha. No sweat. Okay, let's go ETC. There's two Podkova. I'll try the other one. There were two entries for it up there, so I'll try the one that I didn't try last time. And I know about the trick of not using the defaults. You have to use like the special transmit option for the radio. You don't just use the default radio command key combinations. Okay, I'll just take this as is. I'm not worried about ETC at all. And let me just go ahead and cut into the rate, and I'll just kind of slide her in here from the right. Okay, 207. Okay, yeah, I want I might just go all the way around and then slide it into one of these right here. Yeah, I think that's what I'll have to do. It's not bleeding off speed as as efficiently as I remember, which is no big deal. I'll be able to watch the flight lead land, I believe, if I can find him again. I just saw him there on the approach. Hope I don't fly into him. Okay, yeah, there he is. Got him again. Yeah, we'll watch him land. Got a good vantage point up here. This will be kind of cool. Okay, just got to remember gear, even though it's a helo. Yep, there he goes. He's turning around, turning into the wind, I do believe. That's something I should worry about. I should have noted the wind direction a little bit more astutely. Okay, let me go gear down before I completely forget it. I'm just going to take a lead from the AI, assume he knows what he's doing, and turn into that direction on the landing as well. Okay, let me just keep her coming down as is. Okay, got 3 green, gears down. And just cut into the rate, make sure I'm not coming down too quickly, too close to the ground. Now let's bring her on around here to the right. Okay, now just slide her in here. If I can stop the rate. Yeah, there we go. I'll just stabilize here. Okay, got the rate stopped. Yeah, perfect. That's kind of unintentional, but ended up kind of doing more or less what I had intended. All overshot it. I hate to go backwards in a helo, but I might need to slide it backwards just a touch. I definitely will, as a matter of fact. Yeah, a little bit to the right to get us directly into the wind, a little bit right again to get me lined up. I tell you what, let me, like I said, just need to be patient. Let me set up on this again. No harm in that. Okay, so let's back it off. You never want to back up or fly backwards in a helo. Let me completely back off. Just come in on this again. It's still much easier than a Huey or an MI8 for that matter. Yeah, it's still got its own little quirks, which I'll get eventually. Okay, so now let me stabilize here. Take her on down. Okay, cut into that speed. Okay, come on. Seriously, cut into that speed. I think that's what's throwing me off more than anything, is just getting a good perception of how fast I'm actually going in relation to the surroundings. So, you know, taking a book from the Huey, just finding a point out in front of your aircraft, not, you know, focusing on like what your aircraft is doing, where it's going, just finding that point on the ground and focusing on it instead of on, you know, what you see your airframe itself doing. That's going to be a little bit more effective. Let's see if I can, yeah, just picking a spot, just flying the aircraft in relation to that spot, not trying to fight it. Okay, now I've got her nailed. Let's bring her on down. Okay, let the ground effect help me out here. Hey, take her forward just a... Let's see, am I on it? No, I'm not. I need to take her forward just a touch. Ah, making a mess of this, but... oh well. And if you're watching this, I'm sure you understand. This is like... we're like the third landing in this thing for the last well, forever. Did a couple just for practice, like yesterday, but okay. So now let me go ahead and get this thing shut down. So let me bring my kneeboard up and we'll go through this checklist. The checklist I'm using, it's a 476th Virtual Fighter Group checklist. I'll have a link to it in the video description if I remember it, and if I'll skip ahead. I've got a whole bunch of stuff to step through. I'll be right back. Okay, so after landing, engine throttles auto. That's where the rack will brake as required. Collective as needed. Cyclic slightly forward. Got it. Now ejection system controls. Let's go ahead and safe them up. Actually, was one of my channels? No, that was me doing that right then. Okay, ejection system disabled. Guard down. Cockpit door as desired. I'll leave it closed for now. Actually, can I even remember how to do it? Alt C. Right Control C. It's dangerous just to do stuff at random, but I know it's a Control C of some kind. Yeah, right Control C. Okay, engine anti-ice dust protection system's off. Navigation lights on, 100%. I never did turn them on. I meant to for the approach. Okay, tip lights on. Actually, this is stuff I should have done before. Yeah, I'm already through this. Okay, but yeah, that's all good. Weapon system off. Urcum countermeasure system's off. I'm going to get that. Okay, got it. Took me a little bit longer than it should have to find that, but okay, got it. Countermeasure system's off. Brakes set. How do I don't even remember how to set the brakes. I'll scope that out later. Collective pull down, throttles idle. So these I need to do by going page down. That's idle. Okay, yeah, that was, yeah, pull down is idle. Okay, KO-41 power off. And that's the skull. Targeting system power is off. Abrams power switch off. Power switch is off. Left engine cutoff valve closed. So I want to come over here to left engine. Cutoff valve is closed. That's going to shut down, obviously. The left engine, electronic governor, and engine instruments monitor. So let me get the electronic governor for the left. Guard down. I'll just monitor the engine instruments as it spools down. See the RPM coming down, and I'll have the yeah, hydraulics, oil pressure, all that stuff coming down too. Same thing for the right. Okay, right engine cut off. Let's go governor off, guard down. Wasn't there something else? Wasn't I supposed to get the fuel shut off, or is that coming later? Cutoff valve, fuel shutoff valves closed for both. Okay, so let's go left and right, fuel shutoff valves closed, guarded. Let's go right, engine instruments monitor, rotor brake on. Okay, that's going to get the rotor even more quickly spooling down so the crew chiefs can come in here and start to do their thing and I can safely get out of the aircraft. Forward fuel pump tank switches off. Okay, that's forward. Meter switch off as well. Where's the meter? Fuel meter switch. Okay, yeah, fuel quantity, that's the one right there. Okay, next up. It only told me to do the forward, or did I? Surely it should have been forward fuel tank pumps. Okay, I got the forward. I think it means both pumps. That's what it's getting at right there. That's obviously what I should do in either case. Okay, fire signal switch off. And yeah, all the fire stuff is up here. So this is the warning switch. And the extinguisher switches, I'll go guard up, off. And let me see, I do a test right here. So test, what was I checking right here? Okay, I'll come back to that and figure out what the actual self-test is on that system for the next shutdown. Okay, exterior lighting. Let's go ahead and make sure everything is off. So off, off. And yeah, that was it for all the exterior lighting, right? There was nothing else back here. This was all interior cockpit lighting back here. Okay, I'll take that as good. Okay, hydraulic transmission group and ecran switches off. So that'll be, okay, main hydraulic. Center position, yeah, that's got to be off. Okay, there it is. That's another one that took me way too long to find. So, okay, ecran off, guarded. And I did have some more lights down here for the blade, for the tip lights, formation lights, and Had some additional lightings for interior right down there. I've got to remember that those are there. Intercom off, VHF 1 and 2 off. So let's go intercom, VHF 1 and 2, data link, and VHF talk, or TLK. Power switches off. And let's go inverter off and battery 1 and 2 off. So is that it? There seems like there should have been more to get here. Okay, everything is off over here. Yeah, I think that was it. Okay, so let's go ahead and do inverter. And yeah, I can go ahead and disable the generators, and let me go battery 1 and 2 off and guarded. And yeah, and that's power completely off the aircraft. That's the checklist complete, and that's a good configuration to get out. Now, there's not going to be anything to debrief at the end on a combat sortie. I will have a TACVIEW replay that I would go through right now. So yeah, I think a lot of it came back to me on that when it came to the autopilot system management and just management and handling of the aircraft in general. The next landing will definitely be a lot smoother. I think I did a fairly good job on the approach. It was the actual act of setting the darn thing down that didn't go well at all. So now it would just be a matter of stringing it all together, doing some good effective navigation, and then getting the weapons employment worked in there. So, well, a lot of work to do, so it'll be a lot of fun in either case. I'm going to call this one good here. I hope you did enjoy it, and I'll be back next time with our first combat sortie in the Ka-50. So, thanks again. I'll see you next time.